everyone, Poor Cynic here with Tablet Tyrant Reviews, and this is He-Man, the most powerful game in the universe by Glitchsoft and Chillingo. This is an action platformer based around the He-Man and the Master of the Universe franchise, in case you hadn't guessed. Skeletor is plotting to take over Castle Grayskull, and you, as He-Man, or his sister She-Ra if you so choose, must stop him and save the realm of Eternia. You know, with jumping and swords and man-at-arms and big pecs and the power of Grayskull! So yeah, it's basically how it sounds. Big, dumb platforming game full of camp and silliness, and I'm going to show you how it works. First, let's go over some things here on screen. Up in the top right corner, those are advertisements. You can ignore those. There's a button along the bottom here. Bottom left, there's a button to sync to Facebook. You can look at your game center stuff. Then you can go into options, which, you know, is basic stuff. You can look at help. You can look at about the game. You can gift the app to somebody else. Credits, volume, so on and so forth. Let's just get right into play. Alright, and first we have, you see here, we can actually choose from, as I said before, He-Man or She-Ra. So I do like that. I also do like, because I have played a little bit of She-Ra, not a whole lot, she is not a reskin of He-Man, and her adventure, while it goes through the same levels, is not strictly a reskin of He-Man's own level. So that is a nice touch, that they actually put a little bit of effort into that instead of just making it basically the same character, but with boobs. So anyway, let's jump right in to He-Man. You can see there are quite a few levels to choose from on this map of Eternia. I believe there's over 25 different stages to play through, so it's got a nice bit of content. And each stage has collectibles you can find, and you know, it has the basic 3-star system. You know, the better you do, the more stars you get, and it's a nice mechanic in this case that offers more replayability, more so than in other cases, because you probably are going to be replaying these levels a lot unless you spend money, because the pricing for upgrades, as I will show you in the store, is a bit You don't get a lot of these crystals if you go along the top here in the top right. You have 14,266 crystals. That's your basic currency, and you don't get a lot of those in the actual levels. And you often have to spend them on something like the Power of Grayskull token, or summoning Man-at-Arms, or stuff like that. Whereas the big abilities, you can see, are quite expensive, and they only get, well, that's cheap, but they get more expensive as time goes on. Or at least the really good ones do. I suppose you get something like the Flower Slice, but I want to save up to get the Tornado Spin. Or the Aerial Smash, that's a good one. And then there are passive abilities you can get here. Upgrading Man-at-Arms, upgrading the Power of Grayskull. Upgrading your health, which is really quite expensive. And then there's your typical, you know, you want to buy things. And going along top, you can also buy crystals. It's an okay deal, but I'm not a big fan of spending money on consumables, so I can't really recommend that. I'm going to be one of those guys that tells you, hey, just grind. You also see here there's a lore station on the map, and this is where you can look at all the things you've unlocked with the various collectibles, because as I mentioned, there are lots of hidden things you can find. In this case, it's biographies and comic covers and product art and game concept art. So let's see if I can find that one comic cover I have unlocked. There it is! He-Man, Masters of the Universe, King of Castle Grayskull. Bit of a confession, I never watched He-Man when I was growing up. That was a bit before my time. I was more of when it came to cartoons, actually I didn't watch cartoons. During the 90s I watched sitcoms. I watched Friends and Frasier. I only discovered cartoons much later in life. And even then, is stuff like Batman the Animated Series and Animaniacs. And this was never a cartoon that was on my radar. And from what I've seen of it, I don't think it's ever going to be on my radar because it's rather ridiculous. But anyway, it's a bit too, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like me. I can't put my finger on it right now. Maybe if I sat down and had a big spiel about He-Man, but I won't. Anyway. Let's go. To attack, you just tap the right side of the screen. To move, you swipe on the left side of the screen. To jump, you swipe up on the right side of the screen, and that's pretty much how it goes. You can double jump. Oh, I didn't need to, because there was a platform there. And something is happening? No. Climb. Oh, this is gonna be, this is a time thing. I did not anticipate that. Okay, I did not know that was going to happen. All right, this may have been a bad level to show off. All right, but as you can see, it's very much in the classic platformer sense. The controls are not spectacular. Oh, that's not good. And sometimes you swipe instead of jumping, and I guess I have to. Okay. Getting my butt kicked by robots here. Fortunately, they drop health, and I'd very much like to beat them before the acid rises, please. Maybe. I don't know how to get out of this. Fortunately, the acid seems to have stalled, I guess. Okay. I guess that did it. I just had to beat a certain amount of enemies, and the acid is going to continue to rise. And yes, indeed. Ooh, purple thing. Almost missed that jump there. That would have been bad. Oh, he did the Solid Snake Saw Me thing. But you can't match the power of He-Man! Coming at me with your bayonets. This is a weird universe, I've got to say. As I said, never experienced the He-Man cartoons, but it's sort of fantasy Conan mixed with future robots. And there's a man with a skull for a face, and some weird other villains. Each world has its own boss. Like the first boss, I don't remember his name, but he was a... Oh, I can't destroy those. Oh, that was a mistake. I don't remember his name, but he was basically a deadly wall type boss where you just had to run away from him until the very end. The second boss, that was somebody who was a snake guy, and that was a more conventional boss fight. And, oh, I got out. Yeah, Colossal! I don't remember what you had to do for Colossal. I'm pretty sure it's to like, beat a certain amount of enemies and whatnot. I didn't find any lore, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. You can go on to next as the acid rises. Show your support with a rating. I'm kind of doing that right now. Albeit not in the way you wanted to. So yeah, now we're here and we can get some upgrades, which is what I'm going to do. Ooh, do I want the tornado spin? I want the tornado spin. Super tornado. Wow, that got expensive really fast. Yeah, as I said, going to be a lot of grinding. Not happy about that. That's one of the problems with this game, as I mentioned. It's that, the controls, some of the mechanics are annoying, like in some levels you're prevented from backtracking, which means you can't really go back to get the collectibles you might have missed. And with this game... Rockets incoming. This game does have a nice sense of humor sometimes, but it's also can be a little on the nose with how campy it was. From what I understand of the original He-Man, they didn't see themselves as the joke they are sort of now. They consider themselves to be very, this not serious, but ow. Don't stand in the laser. As I died. They didn't see themselves as the campy thing we see them now as. Now we have Orko's Game of Chance. Whenever you die in a level, you can potentially win a prize like armor or a revive or gems. In this case, I'm going to get a revive, which means I get to keep playing. Continue at the last checkpoint. If you don't get the revive, that means you have to basically start again at the beginning. Of course, I may just be starting again at the beginning because oh no, I'm right here. Yeah, pick me up. Pick me up. Oh. Thanks. Right as the rocket hits me. Good job, Orko. But you can see there that door behind me. Right there, locked off. So I can't do anything about that. I can't go back because there may have been something I missed there. And I jumped right through that laser like a dumb person. But yeah, this is... Ow. I enjoy this game, even for all its flaws and the sometimes unfair pay structure of it, the microtransactions. It does have a fun element to it. And while the humor can be a bit questionable at times, it still has its funny moments. And it looks very nice. It's got this interesting cartoony aspect. It's definitely not the old style of He-Man, which may bother some people. Are they just going to... No, I have to kill everybody in the room. And some people may not approve of that. May not have the same... may not be happy about that. Ow. Can I... No, this is a bad room to activate Man of Arms in. I wanted to show off one of the summons, but Man of Arms, basically, he stands there and he can shoot. Ow. Ow. Okay, stop jumping into his leg. Jump. Yeah, okay, there we go. And we're going to let me move on. I'm going to die. Okay, let's do it now. Swipe, swipe, fire. Blammo. That's what Man-at-Arms does. And then the power of Grayskull. The power of Grayskull! That allows you to become briefly invincible. Which, you know, it's a nice... Ooh, that's a heart. I need that. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, for all its simplicity, there is... You know, it's an enjoyable title. I'd recommend it. Ow. Come on. Even for all the... Get away. For all the issues it has, like the controls and the pay system. Haha! You got nothing on me, Rocket. I jumped through the laser again, like a silly person. Whoop, whoop. Haha! Got nothing on me. This is a tap-intensive game, so you would best be aware of that. You are going to be tapping a lot. And... Laser go off. You got nothing on me, robots. For I am He-Man. Oh. Hi. Aha. Oh. Aha. It's also nice that there are different varieties of enemies as you go throughout the levels. Like these mine grenade shooting guys, these are a new enemy for this particular world, the Fright World, I believe it's called. Ah, right on my face. Cool. Get out of here. Whoop, Skeletor, the man himself. Oh, he was not expecting to see me. All right, Princely, only got 1 star there. At least this game does offer you incentive to go back and play some of these levels beyond just getting the 3 stars, because there's the lore and the collectibles and what's not. But yeah, this game definitely surprised me. I thought He-Man, the most powerful game in the universe, was going to be a cheap cash-in franchise title. There are definitely some cash-in elements to be sure, but there's also a pretty fun game in here. And there are definitely better platformers out there, but campier platforms, that I sincerely doubt. So yes, if you are in the market for a somewhat ridiculous platformer, then I would suggest picking up this game. Currently runs for $2.99 in the App Store. I have been Poor Cynic, and I have the power!